thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be another haul. And I know after my last haul, I said I was gonna go on a no-buy. Yeah, that didn't happen. I was doing really well for about a week. Hadn't bought anything. And then Sephora had their VIB Rouge sale. Now, if you are a VIB or VIB Rouge member, then you know the anticipation of waiting for that once a year when Sephora has a discount. And granted, it's only 20% discount, but I'll take what I can get. So I picked up a few things, and then I also went to MAC and to London Drugs and to Shoppers Drugmart. Like with my last haul, I am going to do it as a review style. So I've been trying these products quite a lot throughout the last couple of weeks. That way I can give you my review and tell you if I think they are worth the money or not. If you would like to see what I picked up in my very unnecessarily huge haul, please keep watching. From Sephora, the first item I had my eye on was the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. So this is their illuminating primer, and it has been all over the internet recently. Now, I'm always kind of on the fence about primers. I have a very love-hate relationship with them. It's supposed to be infused with their very popular luminescent pearls that are in all of their highlights. It's supposed to give you a very diffused, lit from within glow. I do think that it is a beautiful product. You do not look like a disco ball by any means, but it does give a very beautiful, very natural glow. So with this one, you can wear it underneath your foundation as a primer, or you can mix it with foundation. Or you could even wear it on its own for like a, I'm not wearing makeup, but I still want to look like a glowing goddess look. I do think it is a beautiful product. However, I did notice that it kind of accentuated my dry patches a little bit. If you are normal to oily or just a little bit dry, I think it'll be beautiful for you. But if you do have very dehydrated skin that's prone to dry patches, maybe be cautious. Maybe see if you can get a sample first before you buy it. But yes, I do think it's a great product. Do I think it's great for me personally? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to continue to experiment with it, maybe try mixing it with foundation instead, but as a primer, I don't love it. The next product I picked up is a hair product. This is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. So people have been absolutely raving about this, calling this the best dry shampoo on the market, and my local Sephora was always sold out. So when Sephora had their sale online, I snatched this up. This is very pricey. This particular dry shampoo was about, I think, $20 to $26, which if you're used to like the Batiste drugstore dry shampoo, that's a pretty steep price. So me being the beauty junkie that I am, with such high claims, I wanted to try it for myself. And honestly, they weren't kidding. This is by far the best dry shampoo I have ever used in my life. Not only does it really clean your hair, but it doesn't leave that nasty, like chalky white residue. If you have dark hair like I do, finding a good dry shampoo can be a struggle. It does not feel sticky or chalky. It doesn't get like flaky or gross. It honestly just disappears and you're left with your hair looking pretty much clean. It smells incredible, very fresh, very clean. Like 10 out of 10, would recommend. This is worth every single penny. The next product that I picked up is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, and this is in the shade Diffused Light. I do have both the powder palette and the blush palette, and I love them so much that I really wanted to get a different shade to add to my collection. So Diffused Light is more of a yellow tone shade. This one in particular I really like for helping to set my under eyes. Because my under eye circles are so dark, but my skin is so dry, most powders will really accentuate that and make it look flaky and cracked and not cute. The formula of these powders is honestly unlike anything else. They are so silky, smooth, and finely milled that they really help perfect and blur the look of the skin without looking like you have a pound of powder on your face. The purpose of these is to help mimic different sorts of lighting on the skin. So with diffused lighting, it helps to diffuse the skin, but the tiny bit of yellow tone is also great for counteracting redness or like blue tones in the under eyes. He's just gonna chill with me for a little bit. You want to show them what we have next? The next product that I picked up is the Anastasia number 2. Are you kidding me right now? The next product that I picked up is not a new product for me, but more of a replenishment. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. So I use the color dark brown. Can I help you? There's just nothing that I have found that lasts as long on the eyebrows as this. I definitely think it takes some practice to get used to, just because it is a product that will apply very heavy if you aren't careful with it. It really is waterproof. Like, I never have to worry about my eyebrows smudging off, or, you know, I'm not going to be missing half an eyebrow. To go with that, I also picked up the number 12 brush. I know they have a few different brushes for applying the dip brow, but I like this because it's very small, very thin, and very firm. If you use a brush that is too thick or too flimsy, you're gonna have a very messy eyebrow application. So I think something thin and precise like this really works best. This brush is awesome. I highly recommend getting one of these if you do need a really good eyebrow brush. And it comes with a little spoolie on the end so you can brush through afterwards just to kind of blend it together. Make sure there are no harsh lines. So that's what I had picked up during the sale, but then when I went shopping with Claudia a couple days ago, I picked up a couple of others. So I picked up the Best Bite Rewind holiday set. This comes with 4 shades of their matte cream lip crayons, and Claudia insisted that I absolutely needed this in my life. And after I bought it, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse. I was like, oh, do I really need this? Like, I have so many lip crayons and lip products that I don't use. And then when I went home and swatched them, I needed it. Claudia, you were right. I'm sorry for doubting you. And they twist up. They are so creamy and so smooth. They are matte, but still hydrating. They're not a very flat or dry matte. They're a very creamy, buttery matte. Only downside that I find to these is that because the formula is so creamy and smooth, I find the tip kind of breaks off if you aren't careful or if you press too hard with it. So make sure you don't twist them up too much because you don't want to risk breaking it. But if you can get your hands on these before they sell out, or if Bite restocks, get them. Get them. The last thing that I picked up is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder, and this is the highlight in the shade 01. So it looks just like this, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was just like, and I like honed in on it. It's like my highlight senses were tingling, you know, like spidey senses, but for a highlight. This is such a beautiful highlight. It is a pale, kind of a champagne gold. This is absolutely stunning for fair skin tones, or for people who are kind of normal to oily or even dry, who just want more of a subtle highlight. It gives a very natural, radiant highlight without being too over the top. But I think this is perfect for people who don't want to look too overdone, or maybe aren't wearing a lot of makeup but just want a really pretty glow. So I wasn't going to mention these purchases initially just because it is a limited edition collection that won't be around forever, and it might be kind of hard to get your hands on if it is sold out. But it's so beautiful, and I've had a couple of people asking if I like it. So the first products that I picked up were from the Lise Watier Majestic holiday collection, and their holiday collections every single year are just stunning. One of my favorite highlights ever was from last year's collection, which was the Aurora highlight. But when I heard that they were going to be launching another illuminating powder, you know I had to get it. It comes in this gorgeous silver box, and that's what it looks like. And then it also comes with a little brush in the compartment underneath. The texture of this felt a little bit stiff at first, but it just seemed to be a little bit of an overlay because it is a gorgeous, silky. What I like about this is that it does come with 2 different colors. So there's an option for medium to deep skin tones, and there's also an option for more pale skin tones. The next product that I picked up from the same collection is the Duo Contour and Blush. So Lise Watier was very excited to kind of hop on the contour bandwagon, and I'm very glad that they did, because this contour and blush duo is beautiful. So the contour looked a little too warm at first, but it's a beautiful, deeper, more neutral brown, and the pink is a more paler pink blush. I think the textures of these are incredible. The contour is definitely a great shade to add to your collection. Only downside to this is that I find the blush was a little too pale for my taste. Lastly, from the collection, I picked up one of the lipsticks, and this is in the shade Noble Nude. This is their matte range, which is beautiful. They are so creamy and pigmented, and they are definitely matte and long wearing. But this shade was limited edition. Not all of the shades that launched in the collection were. So A, it was a pinky nude. B, it was limited edition. How could I possibly resist? Lastly, from Shoppers, I picked up the Korres Greek Yogurt Advanced Nourishing Sleeping Facial. And I will admit, the only reason I really picked this up is because Manny MUA raves about this. Sort of like a hybrid between a face cream and a mask that you put on at night and leave on. I was initially a little skeptical because it is scented, and I usually can't use any facial products that are scented, but I have used it a couple of times so far and I haven't gotten any reaction. Whatever type of fragrance they use in here definitely seems to be better for very sensitive skin. Also, I love that they include the formula facts on the back. So it is 95% natural. There's no mineral oil, no silicones, no parabens, no sulfates, no synthetic dyes. It is so nourishing and hydrating. The morning after I used this, I noticed my skin looked smoother. It looked more hydrated, more radiant. My dry patches were pretty much non-existent and it just felt smoother. It just felt better. So I definitely see why everyone else has been loving this product. From London Drugs, I was so excited that we finally got the contour kit and the Wonder Stick back in stock from NYX for an inexpensive contour palette. It is amazing. I would even go so far as to say it is one of the best contour kits on the market. The contour kit is an amazing value. You get 8 shades, all of which are very versatile and great for all skin tones. So you get contour shades ranging from light to dark, and the highlights. You have a shimmery highlight, and then these 3 are a little bit more matte. And you can pop the colors out so that you can get replacements, which of course aren't available here in Canada, but maybe one day they will. The textures are very smooth, very blendable, and I find them to be very long lasting. I also got the Wonder Stick, which is basically a highlight and contour stick. It is a cream form. It comes with the contour and the highlight shade on either end. This one is very, very emollient and very creamy, so you are really able to work with it without it just sitting on the skin looking like a dirty streak. If you're maybe wanting to experiment with highlight and contour a little bit, this is a great option to try because it is inexpensive, but also because it's so easy to work with. I personally like to use these underneath foundation just because I don't like to have my foundation all done and then do a ton of blending over top. I kind of think it's counterproductive because it disrupts your foundation anyway, so that's just me personally. Lastly, I picked up a couple of NYX lip products. I got 2 of these soft matte lip creams because, like I said, they were sold out for so long. I got Stockholm, which is more of a warmer nude, and then I got Milan, which is a beautiful pink. Don't necessarily think these are best as a liquid lipstick, just because they are not super opaque and super pigmented, but that's what I like about them. So they are a little bit thinner. They're very smoothing, very easy to work with, and very long lasting. So I usually love to wear these as a base or wear 2 layers as a lipstick. I also picked up the Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Très Lèche. It's just a neutral brownie nude. The butter glosses are my favorite lip gloss formula on earth. And they're so cheap. Like, how can you go wrong? NYX just slaying my life as per usual. From Walmart, I picked up 2 of the new Revlon Ultra HD matte lip colors. These just came to Canada, so as soon as I saw them, Walmart was the first place to get them. I snatched them up. I think they are absolutely stunning, definitely worth the price. However, I think Revlon kind of set themselves up for failure a little bit by calling them matte. They are not matte. They do have a shine, very creamy and buttery. They're kind of like a lip lacquer more than a matte liquid lipstick. So I don't really agree that they are matte, but I think they are stunning. Long wearing. They do dry down a little bit more on the lips. It's definitely not a lip gloss, but I think of it kind of a combination between a lip gloss and a liquid lipstick. So I picked up the color 610 Addiction, which is a really pretty berry. And I also picked up 600 Devotion, which is a beautiful pink. But definitely a unique formula and really great to have in your collection. Lastly, from Walmart, I picked up a brush set, but this is a brush set from Still Spa Essentials. So this brush set comes with 4 brushes and it's only $10. So I was very surprised to find out that these would be such amazing quality for such a low price point. They're very soft. They feel very high quality. I didn't notice that they shed. They do have quite a few brushes available and they are so inexpensive. They're between like $3 to $5 each, which is crazy. This particular set comes with a blush brush, comes with an eyeshadow blender brush. This is kind of like a MAC 217, a concealer brush, and an angled eyebrow brush. Okay, we're almost done. So on November 22nd, Claudia and I attended a MAC Pro class at our local MAC store. They had their senior artist, Caitlin Callahan, who is amazing, come in and talk all about iconic makeup looks. I do have a blog post up for that if you are curious. I share some tips and tricks and product recommendations. But anyways, naturally, I couldn't leave without picking up a couple of things. So the first thing that I picked up that has been on my wish list for a while is the 135 brush. Desi Perkins friends and Jaclyn Hill all rave about this brush, and because I'm a junkie and I love them, I had to go buy it for myself. It's such a versatile brush. I definitely think this is a must-have for everyone's collection. You can use this for bronzer, you can use this for powder, for blush, and it's soft and just incredible. Next, I picked up the Studio Chromographic Pencil, and this is in the shade NC15/NW20. The makeup artist used this on the model in the class. As soon as she put it on the model, I was just like, I need that. Even though it's technically a concealer pencil, it is safe for waterline use. Gives them like an awake kind of doe-eyed effect. I definitely think this is a must-have MAC product. Lastly, I picked up the Soar lip pencil. This is a very, very popular one. I know there was rumor that Kylie Jenner used this and Whirl. This has been on my list for a long time, but I just figured, oh, I have so many lip liners, I don't need another. I needed this one. I can't believe I didn't own it before. It is such a beautiful, deeper pink that has a little bit of a mauve to it. This would be my perfect shade for that kind of pinkier Kylie Jenner lip. I think they apply very easily. They last pretty much all day for me. Last but not least, this is probably my favorite purchase out of everything. This is the Morphe 35O palette. So all of the big YouTubers and bloggers have been raving about Morphe for months now. That's why when I heard Jaclyn Hill raving about this like $20 palette, I was like, okay, you know what? Sure, like right. And then I saw her use it and I saw the swatches and I died inside. I was like, I need that. So it comes with like 35 shades. It is a gigantic palette. Pretty much every warm tone shade you could ever possibly need is in here. This palette goes for about $22 American, I believe, so it was a little pricier in Canadian. I don't even know how to begin describing my love for this palette. It is unlike anything I have ever tried, especially for the price point. And it's by far one of the best palettes I have ever used. I think the textures are better than MAC, better than Urban Decay. They are so smooth and blendable, so pigmented. A little goes a very long way. When I die, bury me in my casket with this palette. If you are just starting to get into makeup, or if you are starting to build your kit, or are just looking for an amazing multi-use palette that's very inexpensive, Morphe is absolutely slaying the game. Are you kidding me right now? That was one tiny little swatch. There are mattes, there are shimmers, there are a couple more foiled. Like this one here is a very foiled finish, so I do find it's easy to go overboard and take way more than you need. Like you literally only have to dip your finger in it and you're good to go. I do have a full review on my blog, which I will link below, and I include some swatches of my favorite shades as well. So I think that pretty much completes my haul. I'm hoping this video isn't going to be too long. I'll try and edit it as short and sweet as I possibly can. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys got from the Sephora VIB sale. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.